Ever stop to think how much those little impulse buys on your phone are adding up to, and how many subscription payments are sneaking out of your bank account every single month? Before I started using Rocket Money, let me tell you, I had no idea. But the first time I logged in, I saved $435. I couldn't believe it. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. I just love the dashboard. It shows everything in one place, even the subscriptions you forgot you signed up for. And if there's something you don't need, Rocket Money helps you cancel it. Plus, it alerts you if a bill increases or if something unusual pops up in your account. It's basically like having a personal assistant for your money. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Kim today. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. Hey, thanks for listening to the Kim Komando Show. Here comes hour one. Doesn't it make you feel good when you find out that what you do, other people do too? And maybe you thought it was a little weird, but because research says that other people do it, you're not that crazy. Okay, what I'm talking about, do you speak to your Roomba as if it is a person? Okay, I actually named mine. Are you ready? Obi-Wan Clean Obi. It's polite. Sometimes it eats a sock, but that's okay. New study out of Georgia Tech found that Roomba owners are seriously attached to their robotic vacuums. Some people not only name them, but they dress them up. Okay. A couple of people take their Roombas on vacation with them. I'm not sure I understand that. And even introduce them to their parents. And one guy redesigned his whole house just to make life easier for his Roomba. Okay. Let me tell you, that sucks for him. And I hope you're ready to get tech ahead, because otherwise you'll be left tech behind. And that's the job that I have here. It's a huge task, because after all, I'm America's beloved digital goddess, Kim Komando, here with you once again. And you have tapped into the biggest show, the best show, the award-winning show about all things digital. And you can find us on over 425 top radio stations throughout the country. And of course, we're streaming in your favorite radio app. And you can find the Kim Komando Show wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for Komando with a K, of course. And a big hello and salute goes out to all of our listeners on the American Forces Network Radio, reaching over 375,000 U.S. service members serving in 175 different countries. And I know you have a slew of questions about something digital, and that's why the Komando hotline's open right now. And I know you can ask your favorite AI chatbot a question, but let me tell you, they hallucinate. And I do not. And that's 1-888-825-5254 is the way to tap into the show. And by the way, you can always make an appointment to speak with us here on the show. Head over to komando.com. There's a link in the top right-hand corner that says Ask Kim. All righty then, every single day of my life, whether it's weekends, weekdays, vacations, national holidays, I actually hop online and I have a laundry list of, say, 35 to 50 different places I go to make sure that I understand exactly what's going on in the tech world, so that then here on the show, this transference of intellect and know-how happens from my brain to yours. And we're going to start with Steven Spielberg's science fiction movie, Minority Report. Okay, you may remember that it predicted a society with a police department that could predict crime before it happens. Now, if New York's Metropolitan Transportation Authority gets its way, AI is going to bring what was science fiction into reality. The New York MTA says that they have strategically placed AI cameras in all the subways, and it can predict when bad things are about to happen. And the cameras focus on people's actions, body language, and behavior, not facial recognition. So the AI algorithm predicts when someone's about to do something violent or dangerous. And then nearby police, once they have everything all working, they're going to be routed to the scene before anyone's harmed. So the film used the word pre-crime, which is exactly what the New York MTA is working on. Moving on to number two, this is really something. Wow. Back in 2021, Christopher Pelkey, a 37-year-old Army vet, was shot and killed in a road rage attack in Arizona. During the sentencing of the man who took his life, his family did something that has never, ever happened in a courtroom before. Using AI, Pelkey's family recreated his voice, his face, and even his sense of humor for a powerful video victim statement. It was actually written by his sister, who says she tried to get inside her brother's head and speak the way that he would have if he were alive. So this AI version of Christopher looked straight at his killer and said this.
It is a shame we encountered each other that day in those circumstances. In another life, we probably could have been friends. I believe in forgiveness and in God who forgives. I always have, and I still do.
Wow. Okay, the judge said he was so moved, he gave the maximum sentence, 10 and a half years. Moving on to number 3. Wow, this is incredible. Let's say you post a selfie, you look at it, you're like, hate it, delete it. Well, at that very moment, split second, Facebook and Instagram, they target your insecurities and try to sell you something like skin cream. According to a former Facebook executive, the company tracked when 13 to 17-year-old girls deleted photos and then hit them up with beauty ads, the exact moment that they felt they weren't attractive. Sarah Wynne Williams worked on the inside as a public policy director. In her new book, Careless People, she says Facebook also built tools to hunt down when you had low self-worth, searching for people who said they felt worthless, stupid, or anxious. Wow. Now, of course, Facebook says, we didn't do any of that. The rest of us go, yeah, sure you did. And finally, I thought this was total clickbait. I thought, how could this even be possible? So I did some research. Do you remember Pyrex dishes? Do you remember those? I mean, they were in your grandma's kitchen. Maybe you even have some. And if you do, you really need to listen up. One eBay seller has a 1970s 2-quart Pyrex dish for sale for $90,000. Oh my gosh, $90,000. Why? It turns out that the love for Pyrex and other collectibles has exploded. Social media, they're sturdy, they're cute. Here's a little fun fact for you. Pyrex glass was originally created for lanterns and railroad signal glass back in 1915, which reminds me, what do you call a glass Tyrannosaurus Rex? What do you call that? You ready? A Pyrex. Yeah, I know you knew that was coming. Let's see. We are going to be talking about making self-destructing USB drives. I know that's going to bring them all in. It's not the most exciting topic, but when I tell you about it, you're going to like it. Wrong number scams are on the rise. How to protect your security cam. We have just the best callers ever here on the Kim Komando Show. If you own a home, listen up. This is scary. The FBI is warning about a crime on the rise. Home title theft. And it doesn't happen the way you might think. No break-ins, no stolen keys, just a forged signature on a single piece of paper filed with the county. In minutes, criminals can transfer the title out of your name, then use your ownership to drain your equity or even sell your home. The worst part, most people don't know what's happening until they get collection or foreclosure notices in the mail. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. When you visit HometitleLock.com/Kim, you'll get a free title history report and a 14-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, including 24/7 monitoring of your home's title, urgent alerts to changes, and if fraud does happen. Their U.S.-based restoration team will work to restore your title, covering costs up to $1 million. Don't wait. Protect your home and equity today. Get your free 14-day trial at HometitleLock.com/Kim. That's HometitleLock.com/Kim. Hey, listen, it is your absolute last chance to enter to win a brand new iPhone. I know, you're sitting there, you're looking at your phone like, yeah, I would like a new iPhone, Kim Komando. I want you to send me one. Okay, if you don't enter, you just can't win. So go to winfromkim.com. Once again, that's winfromkim.com. Now, of course, you might be asking yourself, what's the catch? You know me, I'm always upfront and honest about everything in my life, is that if you go to winfromkim.com to enter to win the brand new iPhone, is that you're actually automatically also entered into our newsletter, which means that every single morning you get a free newsletter from me to always designed to specifically keep you tech ahead, throw in some bad jokes, some what the tech, and some device advice. It really is just this whole roundabout of great intel that you can get every single day. And again, that's winfromkim.com. Now, if you already get the newsletter, of course, you can enter to win the phone. Just go to winfromkim.com. All right, joining me here on the Kim Komando Show, as always, is our amazing Andrew Babinski. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Kim.
Okay, when we start making money, we'll get real sound effects.
Fair enough.
Okay. All right, so have you ever named one of your gadgets?
I haven't. My kids have.
What do they call it?
We had one of those vacuums, and their grandma had one, and they called it Rusty. So we named ours Dusty.
Oh, like there was one guy who named his the notorious DUST.
That's good. I like that one.
Here's the other one. Dirt Vader.
That's smart.
Dirt Vader. Sir Sweeps a Lot.
What was yours? Obi Clean Kenobi?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, that's so bad.
It was. I know.
It doesn't even fly off the tongue.
Well, I could have been Crumb-believable.
I don't even understand that one.
Like Crumb-believable.
Okay.
Clean Eastwood.
I like that one. Clean Eastwood.
All right. Okay. I'll give him a new name. All right. So our first caller sent me this book.
What is it?
Life of a Golden, an autobiography of Bella. Bella wrote this book.
Your dog?
Not mine. John did.
Oh.
John, who's our caller. Look at all these nice pictures. But I read the whole book from top to finish.
There's 0% chance you read that entire book.
All right, I lied. I looked at the pictures.
Did you think I was just going to let you skate on that?
Yeah, I thought you would.
No way.
I thought you'd be like, oh, well, maybe she did read it.
You don't even read some of the stories we do for the podcast, and those are like 4 paragraphs.
I know. It's like, well, I didn't get to that. I was in that. But, so I read the whole book looking for the paragraph in here that would say, here's how you potty train your Bella puppy golden retriever without putting matchsticks up her butt.
Oh, I was going to say, is this a continuation from last week?
And John, welcome to the show. Thank you for the book.
You're welcome very much, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you really did read it all the way through, I'm impressed.
She did.
Thank you.
She did. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't.
There's a lot of pictures, so she looked at the pictures.
I love Bella in the little captain's hat.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
And she didn't crash the boat either.
That's an important safety
good
feature.
captain.
Yes. So thank you for the book. Now, I see that says, all I see is Blake Shelton. So are you related to Blake, or what's the deal with that?
I wish I was. I'm a starving singer-songwriter, and I just published my latest song. Can I give it a plug?
Sure. Well, if you give it a plug, you got to sing it.
Yeah, it's true. It's part of the
Oh,
requirement.
boy. Can't do name of the song is Anyone Can Write a Country Song, and it's available on YouTube.
Wait.
And you look for a little young boy with a lost dog next to the song.
This is the reason why you're a starving singer-songwriter. You get the opportunity to sing on a radio show that's on over 450 stations nationwide, and you're like, nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
All right. You gotta give it a shot, John. You got to give it a shot.
Right. Here we go. Anyone can write a country song. Whatever you write can't be wrong. Short and sweet, sassy and strong. Anyone can write a country song.
There we go.
There we go.
All right.
So what's going on?
Well, I wrote this song, and I published it on YouTube and shared it with a bunch of my friends. Many of them are very good musicians, and I trust their recommendations and their opinions. And they said, John, this is the one that's going to finally put you in the forefront and get picked up by some superstar. The song I thought would be perfect for somebody like Blake Shelton, Keith Urban, Brad Paisley, or John Rich, or any other rising star like that. So when I was doing this, I self-promoted it. I went online and found a website that promised to give me all the artists' addresses, phone numbers, their agents, and producers. So I sent out about 200 emails and letters to these mainstream artists, and including Keith Urban and Brad Paisley. And almost immediately, I went to Blake Shelton's website and I posted the song, and almost immediately I got a response from him and said, John, I really like your song. I want to take it to the next level. I want to work with you.
Awesome.
And after a few back and forth communications progressed, finally I got his offer, and he said, because of my stardom, I can do things a little bit differently. So you send me $6,000 and we'll split the studio costs. And I thought that's a big red flag there.
Thank goodness you saw that as a red flag.
I know. Because you know what? We're all sitting here. Andrew and I are sitting here going like, Oh God, please tell me he didn't give the money. Tell me he didn't give the money. Tell us you didn't give the money.
So I called him out as a scammer, and then it got very interesting. And he sent me a video of him, this Blake Shelton, saying, "John, I know you don't believe this is me, but this is Blake Shelton. Yes, it's really me." And I looked carefully at the video, the mouth movement, body language, and it looked and sounded just like Blake Shelton. I showed the video to my wife, still not convinced that it was real, but I told her I thought it was still a scam. But boy, did that look real. And it's amazing. I know you talk about AI all the time, but I also figured that, wait, Blake Shelton does not have time to negotiate individually.
No, he'll have an agent.
And he doesn't need $6,000 for a song that will turn into a big money hit.
No, he's not going. He doesn't need studio time. He doesn't need you
exactly.
He probably owns like 6 or 7 of his own studios.
Yes, exactly.
Oh yeah. So here was my out. I thought I could call him out. I told him, well, my agent will work directly with your agent, and so give me the details of your agent's name. And here I got another video message back to him from him. And it said, "John, no need to go through an agent. I can make you the best deal because I can do things differently." Again, it looked very convincing, very authentic, but it still had scam written all over it for the obvious reasons. He doesn't need the money like this.
No, it's. But you know what? But I'm glad that you recognize that it was a scam.
Yeah.
Because it seems like every week we're taking a call here from somebody who loses anywhere from $50,000 to over $1 million on something that they've gotten taken for. And thank you for the book. I'm going to be going on vacation. I'm going to take this book with me so that I can read it on the 6-hour flight because I just kind of skimmed it. And
We're 15 minutes in the show and you've already lied like 4 times.
I did. Okay. You don't know. Maybe I'll take it on vacation. Gosh. So hard. Will somebody turn off his mic?
The family that vacations together stays together. At least that was the plan. Except now the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for this day.
Have you ever lost a USB drive, Andrew?
Yeah, probably at some point, sure.
Have you ever thought about, what if I lost the USB drive because I had all this important stuff on it? And then what if the person, when they tried to get it, they could not open it? As a matter of fact, it would self-destruct. Has that ever kept you up night after night thinking about that?
Oh, no.
See, it's these type of tips that are just going to like bring in the audience. You know, our ratings were up like 20% last book. What do you think? Is this going to bring them in?
Oh, that's it. I mean, 20% is nothing. We're looking at 500% increase.
It's called VeraCrypt, VERA Crypt. It's a free open source software you put on your USB drive, and you can make it have like a vault in a vault. So when they open it up, they see one type of file, but behind it is a whole different folder of all this other stuff. Now, if you want to go full secret agent, you can make the USB automatically erase itself after so many wrong password attempts. See, this is like great stuff. Again, it's VeraCrypt. We've got the download links and the steps on how to do it over at commando.com.
It's like Mission Impossible stuff right there.
I was waiting for somebody to play the music. I really was.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we probably can't afford the rights.
Yeah, well, we're working on that. Wow, this looks like a great call. Ken in Cleveland, Ohio. Hi there, Ken. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, I had a Apple Watch that alerted me and got me to the hospital and quite honestly saved my life.
Wow. So what were you doing and how did it alert you? And give us the whole backstory.
Yeah, so basically I'm a very fit, healthy individual, but the morning that this all happened, I got an alert on my watch that said my breathing had increased. And you take a certain number of breaths per minute, kind of monitors that. Called my son, who was a medical student at the time. He said, go get it checked out. I went to urgent care, did all these tests, even did an x-ray, and determined it was bronchitis, sent me home. That night, my blood oxygen monitor on my watch said my blood oxygen was dropping from mid-90s should be mid 90s to upper 90s. It dropped to mid 80s.
Oh, boy.
And called my son again and my wife, and he said, you better go to the emergency room. And so I went to the emergency room. They immediately got me back there. They did this test called a D-dimer, which should be around 600. Mine was like 12,000.
Oh, God.
And that meant I had blood clots, significant blood clots. So they rushed me up to ICU, hooked me up to all this stuff, did some more tests, and they determined I had blood clots all over my lungs.
Oh, my gosh.
And basically the Cleveland Clinic fixed me and determined I didn't have to operate. But if I had not gone in that evening, if I had not gotten those 2 alerts, basically the doctor said I probably would not have woken up the next morning.
Oh, wow.
So was it a misdiagnosis the first time you went in?
No, because what they did, what they're supposed to do in urgent care when they did the x-ray, because the blood clots were completely covering my lungs, they couldn't see any contrast. Usually if you do an x-ray and you've got blood clots in your lungs, you'll see a patch here and there. Mine, since they were completely covered, there was no contrast. So I don't think there was a misdiagnosis.
So when you say you're fit, are you a runner?
Yeah, so I've been running. I've been eating healthy. We go to the Cleveland Clinic for functional medicine. We've been doing that for 10 years. So if I wasn't healthy, I probably would have never woken up even sooner.
Were you having trouble breathing? Is that why they thought it was bronchitis?
Yeah, because when I was running, I could not run as far. I had to, I could run several miles at a time. I was running shorter distances, stopping, catching my breath, and then keep going, so I couldn't do a continuous run. So that's why they thought it was bronchitis.
And so what's the prognosis now?
The prognosis is good. I've gone back. I've been checked by the clinic. They've done MRIs. They've done blood tests. I'm back to being a healthy individual. Basically, what caused it was a flight that my wife and I took to take my mother-in-law's ashes to overseas to her favorite place. And the flight coming back home was about 10 hours. And so sitting for a long period of time, if you're over the age of 50, basically the doctors say now I have to take a pill, blood thinner, when I travel more than 3 hours. So I have to take that day of, and then you have to get up and just walk around every couple hours. Mm-hmm. Just sitting straight for 10 hours straight is not good, and that's what caused the blood clots.
Do they recommend compression socks?
They recommend those too. I forgot that. Yes, they recommend compression socks.
No, I was just curious because I always thought, because anytime that I travel overseas, I always throw them on, and that's why I was thinking. Just wondering if that's what they also recommended for you.
Yeah, they absolutely did. And that's flying or driving. Basically, any long distance over 3 hours, compression socks, take the Eliquis, which is a blood thinner, and still, even if you're driving, get out and walk around for a little bit every couple hours.
The fact that the Apple Watch saved your life, do you wear like 7 of them now? Like one on each wrist, around the ankles?
No, I still wear the one, but I've recommended them to all my friends. And another interesting story here. When I got home from the hospital, to say I was grateful would be an understatement. And I sent an email to Tim Cook, who's the CEO of Apple, like 5 o'clock in the morning, and he responded to my email within 2 hours.
Wow.
Yes, he did.
Wow, that's awesome. That's great.
And then they actually set up some interviews for me. So I did some interviews on television locally here. They wrote some articles. So,
well,
gave me the bug to get into the media.
Well, I remember now after hearing your story, I remember seeing a picture of you. And I mean, you are fit.
Well, thank you.
Are you hitting on him?
No, I'm not hitting on him. I'm talking about his wife. I'm just saying.
That's all. That's a question.
I'm just saying that he's somebody, when you see Ken's picture, you don't think of somebody who is just moments away from death.
This can happen to anyone, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Especially a caller that you're hitting on during a radio show.
I am not hitting on him. I'm married. God, Ken. I don't know what to do with this guy.
I'm feisty today.
Leave me alone. He's totally, you know what he did? I don't know if you heard the last call. The last guy sent me a nice book, and I said, I'm going to read the book. And Andrew's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going to read that book. You don't even do show prep. What makes you think you're going to read a book?
I'm having a good show. I really am, Ken.
Yeah, sure. Right? Yeah, sure. Well, boy, if that's not motivation to go get an Apple, maybe we should wear the Apple Watch.
You know, it also is motivation. I have an Apple Watch, but it's old. It's like generation 1 that I need to probably update that because on the newer Apple Watches, it has all those health features.
Yes. And then it automatically calls 911 if you pass out. And it, the only problem is that the reason why, well, let me tell you, let me ask you, why did you stop wearing yours?
Because I switched to a Samsung.
Okay, but now you're back.
Yeah.
Okay. I stopped wearing it because I was getting like obsessive about the data.
Oh, you were checking everything every 2 minutes?
Heart rate variability. Better see that.
1,212 steps.
Exactly.
102,014 steps.
It's like, wait a minute, you're missing some steps here. What is going on? I think I'm going to start wearing mine again.
Well, hearing Ken's story, I don't blame you.
Exactly. Might as well. I mean, instead of like not knowing.
Right.
All right. Do you have security cameras in your house, Andrew?
Yeah. Doorbell camera, camera above the garage, camera in the back.
Have you set it up properly? Meaning like you got it on the network. You changed the passwords.
Sure.
Set up two-factor authentication.
If I haven't, I'm not going to admit on a national radio show that I haven't.
Okay. Have you also locked down your router, the admin?
Well, I have a mesh network, so my router goes through that. So
That's
it's
good.
a little bit more security there.
So you want to get the highest level of encryption that's there. And so I just want to pass that along, because if you don't protect your security cam and your network, it's that anybody can have access to it. I mean, we've taken the calls here time and time again, like, somebody's talking to me through the baby monitor, whatever it may be. And typically it's because you haven't taken the proper steps. So just a little reminder to protect your security cams, lock them down if you haven't already, get some updates. Because let me tell you, it's not like the camera manufacturer is going to call you up and say, just want to let you know that we have updated it because we were getting hacked. No, it's up to you to get the firmware update. So Andrew, what do you call worms in front of a home security camera? What do you call worms? I
don't know, and I don't care.
Ringworms.
Oh, gosh. I'm so excited to say that punchline.
It was so good. All right, stay right where you are. Later on, the wrong number scams are on the rise. I can tell you more about that here on the Kim Komando Show.
Finish training for the day? Time to fight post-workout fatigue with Core Power Protein Shakes. They're packed with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle and electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to help your body replenish, rebuild, and repair post-workout so you can power on to the next one. Champion your recovery with Core Power. Visit corepower.com to learn more.
All right, there's a scam that's spreading like crazy. I'm going to be telling you about that here on the show. But let's see. Jeremy in Indianapolis, Indiana. Hi, Jeremy. Welcome to the show. We're glad to have you with us. What's going on?
Hello, Kim. I'm so excited to talk to you. And thank you personally for introducing me to a wonderful little side hustle.
What was that?
User interviews. I learned about it on your newsletter. I get it every day. I always stay tech ahead, always. I'm not the old man that looks to my son to fix my phone. I do it.
Good.
And that's because of you, really. I've been listening to you forever. But user interviews, I've made over $500 in the last month just doing little research studies.
So give Andrew and I an example of what you had to do to get the $500.
Okay, so I go on to the website, user interview, and then you set up your account. And it's going to ask you your demographics, how much money you make, what type of job you have, and all of those questions are geared towards, they want to know, what type of studies to show you to apply for. And they tell you to apply to 5 to 10 studies per month if you want to get picked. I was lucky enough to get picked almost immediately because of my job. I'm a warehouse fleet manager, and it was a fleet manager research study on a product they were building. And that evaluator gave me the highest marks that they can give, saying I was very talkative and informative. And after that, it took off. Almost any research study I apply to, I get. And so once you're done, one day later, sometimes an hour later, you get an email, and it says, click this link to pick whatever incentive you want. And you can pick a prepaid virtual Visa card every time.
Oh, nice.
And how much did you get paid for your first one?
$50 for 30 minutes. And I did it while I was at work, so I was double dipping.
Don't tell anybody that.
You were at your lunch hour. Hello.
Jeremy, you're gonna get in trouble.
Well, okay, at the work building, yeah, on lunch. Mm-hmm. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm really glad that you called because, we have all these different things that we pass along in the newsletter, and here on the show, we don't always get feedback. It's like it goes into a vacuum, and we're like, I hope they liked it. I hope they're using it. Of course, there are other places you can go. There's respondent.io. There's Prolific. There's user testing. Maybe I should try this. Maybe I could make some extra money.
You could.
It's so very easy. I mean, and in 30 minutes, the average is $50 for 30 minutes. Who doesn't have 30 minutes?
Me.
Have you gotten any that have paid really much lower than that?
No.
Good.
That's the lowest I've had. The highest I've had it was a 90-minute research study about sump pumps and homeowners.
I couldn't qualify for that.
That was like a panel interview, and it was $150.
You had to talk about sump pumps for 90 minutes?
Well, so, it was just asking, like, what do you do in your basement for flooding? And there were 5 other people on the Zoom call, and 90 minutes later, $150. I'll take it.
All right.
I wouldn't be able to qualify for that. I don't know. I wouldn't even know what a sump pump looked like.
60 seconds in, that screen would be blank and you'd be hung up on.
I could probably baffle them with my brilliance.
About sump pumps?
About sump pumps. Okay, maybe not. Jeremy, thanks for your call. Once again, that site is userinterviews.com. Hey, just a plug for the newsletter. If you're not getting the newsletter, this is what type of stuff you're missing.
People are getting paid because of the newsletter.
Exactly. Sign up. GetKim.com. Susan in Tempe, Arizona. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
Wonderful. What's happening?
Well, I've actually been looking for a way to combine, a bunch of short videos that I have on my iPhone. And to be able to make a DVD for my kids. I was really looking for like a central location, an app or a website where everybody can contribute.
Okay, first of all, we're not making a DVD.
What are we making?
We're just going to make a video. We're going to put it on YouTube.
Susan, if I handed you a DVD right now, would you be able to play it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a DVD player.
Yeah, because we're not going backwards, Susan. We're going forward. Okay.
Well, that's what I'm calling you, Kim.
Okay. I don't mean to be harsh on you, a little tough, but you're going to go to youtube.com, set up your own channel. You can set up your own private video after you get everybody's contributions. So what you're going to do is set up a central upload hub, and that could be Dropbox or even Google Photos. And then you share this, I say, virtual folder, so to speak. And then people are going to drop their videos in there. And then once they drop their videos in there, that's when you can get to work and create this masterpiece. What do you think she should use?
CapCut.
I was just going to say, you like anything that happens on this show, CapCut.
It's so user-friendly.
They could want to feed their cat virtually. CapCut, whatever it is. And so you're going to use CapCut. Or you can use your favorite video editing. But we are not going to put it on DVD.
No.
No, Susan, we're not doing that. Coming right back, talking about wrong number scams here on the Kim Commando Show. All right, you might get a random text that says, Emily from the gym, and then you say, wrong number. That's how they get you hooked. And pretty soon, they're going to be pitching you some fake crypto investment scam. So do not write back to a wrong number scam. And don't forget to enter to win at winfromkim.com. Hey, appreciate you being here. That's the end of hour 1 of the show. And be sure to tell your family members and friends how great it was.